and we also going to discuss, I guess, a movie that you mentioned last episode that's apparently a very good movie. I watched it. I waited too late to start watching it, so I fell asleep.
The platform.
The platform.
Yeah, it's on fire.
Looks very interesting.
Let's talk about it. We watched it together on this work journey.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? As we go along.
I'm here for it.
You want to go movies first, or you want to go this producers first?
Let's get into the super. Since it's already bubbling. Everybody talking about. Let's talk about the super producers.
Okay.
So
All right.
okay. So I'll do it because initially this all started about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, with Swizz Beatz and Just Blaze.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
I'm a side note you.
Go ahead.
Pete Rock and DJ Premier have been touring together and doing a beat battle together for about a year and a half, even before Swizz and
Okay. Battle of the Beats isn't new. No, you're right. Battle of the Beats is not new, but this new cross-platforming, having a fan scene on Instagram and YouTube, that's a newer concept.
Absolutely.
So about a year and a half ago, I'm eating asparagus. Swizz and Just Blaze pulled out the crates. They was going beat for beat. I mean, and you would think that Just Blaze would win, but I felt like the way Swizz fights and competes is better than Just Blaze, because what Just Blaze was doing, he was doing too much beat building. It's like Swizz is trying to sell a beat to the radio station. Just Blaze is trying to sell a beat to the record label, to the artist.
Right.
You know, and he's going from putting the hi-hats in, putting the bass, he was doing all this other stuff. Swizz was just getting at his neck, beat after beat. But the good thing about both of them is both of them had some dope stuff. So I feel like Swizz edged them I feel like Swizz edged Just Blaze. And it was a couple other producers talking but nobody ever got into the ring.
Right.
Until Swizz Beatz. No. Rewind a little bit. Swizz Beatz and Timbo had been talking about it. And they end up having like a 5-10 minute battle on YouTube. And in the process, Swizz Beatz dropped this exclusive record that had like X, Jada, like Nas. He had like 6-7 rappers on it. That song has never been released. And I won't call it a battle because they didn't go back and forth with songs. Just that joint got premiered. I still can't find it. I'm gonna still try to look for it. But now fast forward to nobody can go outside. Everybody's stuck in their house. They bored as hell. Now they want to do the battling. Swizz and Timbo went at it. Huh?
Yeah, it's a good place. It's like. If he did it 6 months ago, people would be like, "Oh, it's for the look, clout chasing." But now it's like you can't make money off of it. Nobody's coming to see you,
right?
Like real music, so it really feels like it's for the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel really more organic this way.
You know what? It makes me. I gotta say this. I want to give a shout out to DJ D-Nice. I feel like his energy job sparked this. If you want to be hunted,
that's also true.
If you're familiar with DJ D-Nice, like I guess like day 3 or day 4 of the whole stay home push, he went on like a 2-day just DJing. You know what I'm saying, festival. He just playing records back to back to back, and he had like thousands of people tuning in for him. People had never heard of him before, but everybody, you know what I'm saying, locked in watching him do his thing. And I thought everybody was like, "Yo, that's dope." That was for the culture. And I think that type of energy is what bled into Swizz and Timbo saying, "All right, let's get it popping." I gave Swiss the edge.
Like Fendi out here, like showing strippers and Tory Lanez. They got strippers on their lives. It's getting wild out here.
Everybody having fun. Just Tory Lanez had what's the name on his IG? Had Drake on his IG, and they did numbers. They did crazy numbers with viewership. I guess Taylor Swift had like the record or something. And they broke Taylor Swift's record for the most.
D-Nice had 102,000. I thought that was the highest.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm not a record keeper. So, okay.
Yeah, I'm that ain't my thing. It's not my bag, baby. But either way, I thought it was dope. And apparently they end up video chatting some young kid with cancer too, which is also dope.
Yeah, absolutely. Tory's doing his thing.
So, based on have you both seen the Swizz Beatz versus Timbo battle?
Yes, I have not caught any of the battles. Not that
Okay. So, Rel, who'd you give it to, Rel?
That's the reason why.
Okay. You feel like he's more versatile than Swizz Beatz?
Yeah, because it's like you can Swizz Beatz, take for granted. Swizz Beatz the legendized, you know what I'm saying, producing. But you can always tell a Swizz Beatz hook or not hook, but a beat, you can always tell his hit. Timbo, yeah, he has his style and stuff like that, but he can R&B. He can hit you with some hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just more versatile. That's what I like, you know what I'm saying? And the Swizz, I would think he's less.
I mean, I guess like I said, I feel like it all depends on the audience you're playing for. Like if they was playing for like R&B, you know what I'm saying, fan, like that the girl R&B, you know, people who gonna love Aaliyah, if you was playing for that audience, then Timbo got the edge because he's gonna play Aaliyah tracks and all that stuff.
Right.
But I gave it to Swizz. I feel like Swizz played to the crowd a lot better. I felt like his playlist had a lot more energy to it. Where I feel like Timbo he was doing sort of like what Scott Storch did. He was just playing a lot of hits, and hits are cool, but you still need the energy, and not every hit has energy. And everything that Swizz pretty much came with had energy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. It's like it's kind of hard to think what the audience is when we on live. You don't know looking at the video. I think for granted you may see a few things pop up. Like celebrities like Fat Joe may pop in there, Fabulous may pop in there, things of that nature. But it's kind of hard to tell who your artist really is. And I think Tim was more so just sort of versatility when it comes to his beat making. And that's what I love most about Timbo, man.
Yeah, I don't think his R&B repertoire is limited to Aaliyah. Like Genuine was an R&B artist. A lot of Missy Elliott's stuff is R&B. One Republic was a soft alternative rock band. She's hip hop and I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this. She's both. She sings and she raps. Like she raps a lot and she sings a lot. So she's done both. But I think you can go through each genre and produces.
Oh no, don't get it twisted. Swizz got R&B artist records too, though.
Yeah, he does, but it's not messing with Timbaland.
He produced pretty much all of Beyonce's B-Day album.
Yeah, Cry Me a River, dog. Justin Timberlake.
Pass.
We can go back to that.
Pass.
Fire.
Pass.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the biggest fan of Beyonce, so there's that.
Wow, sir. We might have to cut you off right now.
Hey, look, man. I respect her as an artist, but if you ask me if I'm gonna bump to Beyonce, you know what I'm saying, riding down the street with my fellas, that's not gonna happen.
Of course not. I know I understand that. I already like that, but I'm just saying. Like he's dope. Like period. Like I don't know. Anyway, so like,
how can you hate on her?
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
That's not hate. This is what I prefer. You know?
So you don't like none of her music?
I never said that. I said I'm not the biggest fan. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I definitely rather like, huh?
At this point, like how big of a fan do you really got to consider yourself? I mean, because she got so many hits, right?
I don't really care for a voice, man. Like sometimes she does too much, you know. And everybody got different opinions on it, but it ain't always for me, man.
Okay, help me out with this. What song do you like of hers?
Drunk in Love. I think that was cool.
So you don't like Crazy in Love?
I mean, it was straight. It was cool. That was a hit. What's it called? Soldier. I did Soldier, but Lil Wayne. Of course, he got the
Destiny Child joint.
I think that was.
The Destiny Child joint.
I mean, Beyonce fan, bro. So I can't. Yeah, like you realize you might turn this house upside down if you keep going.
Hey man.
So all right. So you're not a fan of Beyonce. Let's get back to Tim. Tim and Swizz. I think I didn't watch it, but people who lean Swizz always talk about how he slices his beats and slices like he did the same thing with Just.
Yeah.
Like, he's a great talker. So I can see him winning even if he doesn't have his great a catalog.
He definitely a great hype man.
Like Tim's catalog is unprecedented. Like you can't really like even put it up. Like who can put it up against for real? There's only a couple. Swizz is one of them. But like Swizz hasn't gone out of his way to do R&B joints, do like rock joints. Like what are we talking about? Like he's a hip hop like at the end of the day, because he can move the crowd as it like an MC, like back in 1967 when hip hop started. He can move the crowd in that type of vein,
right?
So I think he has the edge on any type of live competition that it could happen. You know what I mean? If I hit a playlist to you and say, okay, which beats are better, you probably I would say 8 out of 10 you probably would mess with Tim's instead of Swizz's. But if you get it in a live competition, he might let you out because of how he sells his work. You know what I mean?
All right, so I gave it to Swizzy, but I can understand if somebody saw it as a draw because of the what Swizz lacked in versatility, he made up times 10 in like energy and bangers. Like he opened, like the thing about it, he can do something like open up with Blood Pressure by Jadakiss. That's not a single. That's not necessarily a hit record if you don't know anything about Rough Riders or the Locks. But Blood Pressure was like a crazy record. And that's just what he started off with. Whereas Timbo, like he played So Anxious and was like, yeah, I'm killing him. I played So Anxious. It's like, not so much. You get what I'm saying? It's a good record though. So Anxious is a good record, but he's not killing it the way you think you are by playing So Anxious. You can brag about, I made a hit record called So Anxious with Genuine, but it's not beat battle, you know what I'm saying, worthy is all I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, if he what's that? If you gotta match, if you're gonna match energy, I hear what you're saying. But if you are gonna try to switch the energy, So Anxious is one of you might go to. You might go to 1 in a million.
But that's another thing. I don't feel like he mapped it out well enough. Like
That might be the case.
Swiss, like Timbo got records that he can match as far as energy and like he has those type of records. Even if you don't necessarily like the record, the energy is there. And I feel like he didn't time it out very well. And that's so he was more so like, all right, I got it. It's like it was more so Timbo was like, yeah, all right, I'm cool because I got a Lear records to play and I got hits records from back in the day that I can play that's going when the IG crowd that basically most of y'all, like a lot of females, like, oh yeah, I love that song, play that song. You know what I'm saying? We want dudes wanted the energy.
I hear you. You can't like please all of the crowd all the time. So I hear what you're saying, but I think you could have if I don't know. I didn't sequence Tim's playlist, so I can't call it. But there's joints where he could have moved to where like you can get 1 in a million off, you can get Resolution off, you can get like those are like you don't know, like you don't know is a Jay-Z like under like nobody, that's a B-side. That wasn't a single. You know what I mean? Like he could have went and crushed buildings with that.
I agree,
man. Like Swizz, I just don't like people keep saying Swizz. Oh, like that's the only reason I could think that he won is because like Tim didn't sell it as well. That's all I can see. You know what I mean?
I mean, we've saw better boxers lose boxing matches and better football teams lose games. If you don't have the right game, if you don't have the game plan, you can lose. He didn't have a game plan. He literally like, oh yeah, I'm Timberland, I'm arrogant. 50-50 on. Like, nah, bro, that ain't gonna work today. 50-50. Missy ain't coming to save you, boy.
Like our culture.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's kind of like what Brian said. Like, Swizz is more. So I think Swizz is more so like hype. I think for Brandon, he was playing DMX. You know, what I'm saying Rough Rider. We already know the energy on that. Yeah,
something new.
But it also helps you in the background. You know, say you rapping the lyrics and stuff like that. That's going to make that energy pop even more, bro. And like Timbo, he was just chilling, just letting the beat rock, you know. And I don't know, bro. I think Timbo, like I said, he had better versatility with his beats. And Swizz is just playing like all party hits. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the energy that he was on.
You see what songs they put on Twitter?
I didn't actually.
Against each other.
All right, so Felicia's saying Swizz won, so she's got a leg up on everybody. She says Swizz is hip hop, but he transcends hip hop. The joints that he makes can cross over. So Swizz won. But as far as this particular specific joint, but then the Dream and Sean Garrett did a songwriter battle as well.
Oh, my bad.
Did y'all catch that?
Hey, Brian, real quick.
Yeah.
Want to pause you. So,
okay.
DJ went to the whip. He's like, this isn't enough. He went.
Mean, bro? I'm getting it on my car.
He went and poured in. He poured in Jameson Black Label.
That's a personal Bobby.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, he got the Pendleton Rye, but not the regular one. He got the 19-cent Pendleton Rye.
We had the regular.
If y'all know what that is.
We're switching to wine. We done punished half of the Jim Beam.
Well, we got wine.
I'm about to get some wine.
And we're going to the sweet red. So, you know, so I can actually finish this podcast. But yeah, man. All right. Shout out to DJ. What up? Then so
DJ, hold on. Before you get into that dream battle, DJ, who you got? Who did you have winning? You said you had Swizz winning against the Timberlands, all right?
Yeah.
It's about energy. It's about energy.
And, so Sean Garrett and Dream went head to head. Pause. And from the consensus that I saw, that is that Sean Garrett kind of embarrassed himself a little bit.
That's mighty bold of Sean Garrett to go up against the Dream.
but I heard he held his own as far as like the joints that he played, but it was just his conduct during.
Is it really possible?
I think it is because he's behind a bunch of Chris Brown joints. So
okay, so he basically wrote the I wrote Chris Brown record type of wave.
Well, I mean, I like I said, I didn't watch it, so I can't.
I gotta pull those receipts.
I mean, yeah, like we can go back around and come back, and double back. But from what I heard, Sean Garrett like really held his own. There's joint. I mean, he has joints. Like it's not. He's an elite. Before you heard his name before, he had joints. It's not. It's he's an R&B writer and he does his thing. The Dream, even that, him too. Like before you heard his name, he had joints out there. So I'm sure he was able to exploit that. But from what I heard, it was the Dream edging him out, and we on to the next. So
Sean Garrett's name is Garrett Robin Hamler. That's what his wiki page says.
Shout out to
Garrett
Sean
Robin Hamler. I'd have changed my name.
Yeah,
he wrote Usher's Yeah. Okay, he got a couple joints.
Yeah, Sean Garrett's been around. He's done his thing.
I don't know if I slice it up that much, but I don't know if I wouldn't definitely say him messing with what's the name. Just looking at these songs.
No, I don't know how that came together. I guess that might because I think Sean Garrett doesn't. They don't like each other. So that might have spurred. That might have been what caused that. So then, in the spirit of that, Jonta Davis and Neo on a songwriter battle.
Neo.
And Jonta showed why he's probably top 5 R&B writer, and Neo's is what he is. And people say Jonta won that because Neo kind of leaned on his own songs.
Neo is overrated, bro. Neo got hyped because he wrote that damn Irreplaceable song for Beyonce.
I mean, he's been writing since before that too. Like so,
right? But that song is the one that everybody gassed him off of.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but there's even in some of his joints there's some dope. He has some dope joints. But Jonta got him out of there. So
I gotta see that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna replay that at some point. Hopefully, maybe I can Chromecast that. We can watch it together.
So who would songwriter? You know who I would want to see go back? You know who will be? Even though I know who will win, just for my personal likes, I would love to see Babyface go up against Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
That's what, like Joe Budden was on Joe Budden's podcast. They were talking about this, and they were like, "Yo, nobody can go against Terry Jam and
Jimmy Jam and Terry." Yeah, they
nobody can go against Babyface, but that's who you put against Babyface is
you put them two against each other. That would be a crazy because you gotta give like Babyface. You probably sleep L.A. Reid in there a little bit, but
right.
but I gotta mention my guy as far as like. Who would give everybody a run for their money is my guy Tank.
Tank is yeah, Tank's been.
And that I'm not even talking about like if you take out the songs they did for themselves.
I'm gonna have to. Let me just for the listeners and for my guest host that's in the building, my lovely, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
This ain't a family show, but you can't eat vagina on the show.
I hear you.
You gotta keep it in a Ziploc.
No, wait. No, it's all together. We're all close. I would just say this. Tank wrote a lot for Trey Songz.
Okay.
And a lot of Jamie Foxx records.
Right. A lot.
Okay.
But his albums go.
I understand.
Facts.
So
are we fighting Tank over there?
Relax.
Hey, wait. Relax. It's funny that we know.
No, nothing. you like Trey Trick boy.
Trey Songz.
Trey Songz got
I won't say he didn't.
right.
All I'm saying is you're just gonna say that he's the best.
No, nobody said he's the best. It's like somebody.
About Trey Songz isn't even the best.
If you're gonna find songwriter battles, Tank is somebody you should get.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying.
What do you say about Trace?
I just thought that's what
He's up top. He's
I wouldn't say
not top. Maybe he's good. Like he's
Okay.
probably of the last 15 years.
Okay.
Tank is you're gonna see Tank's name
Gotcha.
repeatedly.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Hey, I just want to point this out that we are on the record of knowing that Brian is drinking right now. and what podcast is known for drinking? Drink Champs. What is Nori famous for saying? Relax.
Yeah.
You sound like Nori right now, bruh.
No. We're gonna.
I'm just waiting for you to say holy moly. That's all I need is a holy moly from you.
Nah, we're good. We're not,
Felicia, feed him another drink.
no.
Let's see if we can get him to heaven tonight.
Yeah, no, we're chilling. Yeah, Jimmy's over there. We're gonna put him back on the freezer. Was that? Oh.
You gonna put Jimmy in the freezer? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, we're gonna put Jimmy in the freezer.
That's what the real nigga chime in.
So it was Jonathan Davis and Neo, and some people have the draw. A lot of people had Jonathan, and then Hit Boy and Boy Wonder going off.
He want to go up against somebody, right? He called out somebody, didn't he?
Hit Boy and Boy Wonder, you know what I mean, went together.
Oh, they went at it.
They went at it. Joe Budden put that together.
Mm.
And to me, I'm gonna have to play that one myself.
I gotta check that one out because if I put my money on it, I'm probably gonna lean towards Young Berg on that one. Hitmaker got some. He got some hits.
Hit Boy, Hitmaker, not Hit Boy. Hit Boy.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Hitmaker.
No, Hitmaker. Which that would be a dope with somebody. I don't know who.
No, I think you know what it is. I'm mistaken. I think he called. I think either he called somebody out or somebody wanted him to go up against somebody.
Wants to do something.
I think they wanted him to go up against Mustard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to go against Mustard, but I don't know. I think people are crazy if they want to go against Mustard. But Hit Boy and Boy Wonder. People saying Boy Wonder, edged him out. Hit Boy got a lot of joints. He got a lot of Kanye joints. So I don't know how that actually ended up working out. And they played some unreleased beats of theirs, which I'm sure it was a dope show as far as being on IG Live when it happened.
Yeah.
And then I think there was another one, and I'm losing my mind. So if somebody can pick it up.
I would like to see DJ Toomp versus Mike Will.
Nah, Mike will crush him.
What?
Mike will crush him.
How?
Got the Nah, bro.
You sleeping on Toomp?
I'm not. Toomp got joints. Mike Will is another thing.
When was the last record you heard of Mike Will? Damn.
Yeah, Kendrick.
How long ago did that come out?
2 years ago. Mike Will been chilling. What's the last joint that DJ Toomp come out?
So my whole point is they both got the same amount of records to go head to head.
It's not a same amount, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see about that. I'm gonna see if I can instigate something like that.
Mike Will had the Shrimmer boys doing the thing. Like he's on every one of them Shrimmer records. So,
hey, you remember when Math Hoffa and Sirius Jones was battling against each other?
Yes.
Remember that part where Sirius Jones screamed out "woo"? He was like "woo." That's what just came to mind. Like that sarcastic. That's fire. Like you can't mention Ray Shrimmer to me and make me be like, "Oh my God, he got Ray Shrimmer on deck." Come on, bro. Mm-hmm. Come on, dog.
No, bro. No.
Come on, dog.
You're not gonna do Ray Shrimmer.
Oh,
they got joints.
You bought the cape for Ray Shrimmer, bro?
I'm caping because you said DJ.
Get out of here.
Two biggest records is T.I.'s. So
Ray
what we talking-
Shremmerd, bruh.
Fam,
Name 5 records I want to hear.
Ray Shremmerd and the Migos, Mike Will produced some of their biggest joints.
Name me 5 Ray Shremmerd records I want to hear, bruh.
Fam, if you go to the strip club, I'll name them all. Like they play back to back.
It probably sound the same too. It's all one song.
That don't make, no, I don't think that makes a difference. As long as Mike Will made it, we good.
Okay.
Rihanna got joints like
Bro, I'm the one that came up with the battle. I like the battle. I just don't think it'd be a wash like you said it'd be. I think it'd be interesting battle.
I don't know if it'd be interesting. But, I mean, I think DJ 2 versus Juicy J might be a lot more interesting than that.
I disagree, but I mean, I think Juicy J, you know what I'm saying, makes beats that are, I'll be honest with you, I think Juicy J should have actually, you know what? Juicy J had a battle. He battled who the hell did Juicy J battle? He battled somebody.
I mean, he ain't the biggest Juicy J fan either, so that's out of the question.
What the fuck has that got to do with anything?
You're gonna be biased because you don't really care.
I don't have a problem with the beats. I just don't think they're lyrical rappers. I don't like their rapping, but I still can listen to some of their songs. Jesus Christ. Jeez. Hey, it's all good. I know Jesus got my back.
DJ, what up, bro?
What's up, B? What's up?
What's going on with you, man? Pause.
Whoa. I know Felicia didn't say that.
Felicia, that was you?
No, it wasn't.
We know that.
She's not in the room. Okay, so
Sick bastard. He's a sick bastard. You're sick, son.
Man, so like, so this has all been the entertainment of the week and a half since we did our MJ episode. What else have you seen out there, man? How have you guys been spending your time?
Well, we didn't discuss the Scott Storch and Manny Fresh one.
You're right. Absolutely. Good. Back to that. I missed that.
You want to start that off, T? You want to start that off?
All right, so Scott Storch, Manny Fresh went at it. And initially, just going off of the beats, I'm like, Scott Storch washed him. Beat production, versatility. Like he just had more hits. I'm like, Scott won. But then when I was like, yeah, Scott won, I had a couple people like, yeah, but Scott didn't produce a lot of those records by himself, whereas Manny did 100% of the beat making by himself. So it's like when you say Drake or Kanye, but then you like, well, they got ghostwriters, and then now you no longer mention them in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's like, all right, you got I'm not talking about like some first or second year guy just adding a key. You got Timbo and Dre working on your beats with you. It changes the mood in the room a little bit. So just on that, I would probably have to listen to it again to see if I really gave it to Manny Fresh, but I had to know exactly what beats Scott Storch had help on. Or I ain't gonna say help. I'm gonna say had co-production on. I'm pretty sure Scott Storch is capable enough to produce a record by himself. So it's just more so who he had co-production on. But maybe Manny Fresh could have used some co-production. Maybe he could have done more than just, you know what I'm saying, bounce beats for you know what I'm saying, trap rappers.
All I can say is this. Every one of these mega producers have ghost producers. So
I don't know if that's true. Not for all of them.
Yeah, who do you think did all of it by himself?
To be honest with you, I don't know if Manny Fresh had other people, because if he did, then when he left, the beat production wouldn't have dropped so low on Cash Money.
I mean, if they didn't have a Cash Money deal, then they can move on. Like Beats by the Pound was an in-house producer for No Limit. When their deal went up, then so did how.
So underrated, by the way.
Yeah, definitely underrated.
And they were the lifeblood behind No Limit. If you want to be honest,
yeah,
when Beats by the Pound, you know what I'm saying, stopped making the beats, they sort of went under.
Yeah, that's when they faded, and I'd say the same for the first version of for Cash Money. Once the Hot Boys broke up and all that, you know, the money or whatever, the only saving grace was Manny Fresh. And once he left after the Carter One, you know, Wayne's name and, you know, his newfound lyrical ability carried him. But the beats weren't the same.
No.
You know,
he definitely had to transition with the help of Gilly to like a more mainstream style. I said help. I didn't say ghostwrite. I'm just saying help. Like he might have guided him to, you know what I'm saying, being able to select the certain type of beats, or just the way he presented himself on beats. I don't know if Gilly wrote for Wayne, but I can definitely say that he helped him mold a new style, a new image as far as how he's gonna be on the beats.
You know who I knew who wrote for Wayne? Drake.
You think so?
Yeah, no, I'm dead ass. Like he definitely took a couple verses that Drake had. Like I've heard Drake joints that he took whole like bars from. So yeah.
Did he were there songs with Drake on it, or did he take songs that Drake wrote and then put on other records?
There's Drake mixtape joints from right before he got signed, and then Wayne, you know what I mean, spit the same bars. So but that happens routinely through the industry. Like Badass, rest in peace. He did a lot of stuff for Snoop. Allegedly, Lupe wrote some joints for Jay. I think it's like more of a. I think it's more of a. Yo, I'm gonna put some money in your pocket. Give me a couple verses, 16s, and we'll keep it than like any type of denigration of their ability. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say Jay-Z isn't the greatest, most prolific writer of in hip hop at this point in time. So if he had two bars or two verses made for him from somebody else, does that change that? No.
Yes.
Definitely doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't.
Yes.
It really doesn't. I can't agree with that.
I'm just saying it does. It's like, for instance, Jay-Z, his reputation has taken, I'm saying, a hit when it comes to public opinion for people who aren't big on Jay-Z. When you think about, for a good 10-year span, he did nothing but bite rap like Biggie and Pac rhymes. And to the point where it's like sometimes like you would go back and listen like, damn, I'd never even heard that. Like some of the stuff he was taking, it's like you didn't realize he was taking it. It wasn't like oh, there's a hit record and I used the way he came into the song. Like there was some time where Ho would just re-spit like 4, 5, 6 bars of a big verse and Pac, and it's like that matters. Now, clearly, you would need somebody on his level to be competing on his level for it to matter. So in that aspect, I guess it doesn't matter, because even with that, there's nobody to come up and be able to take his throne. As far like who's gonna do it? Nas? We're not gonna get into that conversation. Like Cam had a whole, you know what I'm saying? He dedicated a whole song where he just played like all these records back to back when you know what I'm saying, Rockefeller was beefing with Dipset. But even, you know what I'm saying, it's like Cam doesn't have the resume to really make Hov respond. So I mean, that's what Hov did. Like Hov would just ignore you. And his fans would make that thing like that's a thing. Like, oh, it's like if you were in the street and somebody slapped the shit out you, you can't just ignore it or you get called a bitch. But in rap, Jay-Z could ignore getting slapped. And it's like, all right, Jay-Z the man, because he ain't respond to somebody slapping him.
I mean, That's how Jay-Z is. He's not gonna respond to you unless you have some weight on you. You know that.
I mean, he responded to Mace. He responded to 50 Cent. So,
I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent?
I mean, he crushed. Nobody heard of 50 Cent after that until he got shot.
That's fact. That's so.
He gave J.O. Felony some bars, but I mean, like that's my thing. You give J.O. like he gave J.O. Felony bars. Like all the rappers that come at you, it's like it's weird. Like J.O. Felony. Like, hey, real, have you heard of J.O. Felony?
Nah, dude.
DJ, have you heard of J.O. Felony?
Yeah, I saw him the other day. Nah, bro.
See what I'm saying? Like there's people, hip hop fans who've never even heard of J.O. Felony, and that's who he responded to. But you know what I'm saying? You got like known rappers coming at him. Like Jim Jones was like not even rapping about him; he was talking about him.
Yeah, it could be different reasons though. Like I don't know. It could be more behind the scenes,
like real street shit. And the funny, the thing about it is with guys like Jim Jones and Cameron, like dissing Hove, it's like, bruh, like you dissing them, but every time you become more popular and people go buy your Come Home With Me album or that Diplomats album, Hove get money off of it. What's the game's been missing, Jewels? Hove get money off of it. So it's like, maybe you shouldn't be so popular. You know what I'm saying? Because he getting bread off you. Like he told niggas, like he told Nas, check your own videos. You always be number 2.
He told Mace that. That was Mace.
Excuse me, Mace. He told Nas, you know what I'm saying? They always get your publishing.
He knew he paid Surfside Props. Yeah.
Killed them.
I don't think that was a killing blow because I don't even know if that was all the way true because Church already like kind of debunked that. But I'm just saying, and you already know I'm on record on this podcast forum as saying Ether is trash. So, like, yeah. So that's not the killing blow on that takeover record. Who? So you would like to see Babyface versus who?
I want to see Babyface and Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis go back and forth. That would be dope.
I think that's a good look.
And I think name wise, like the fans know more about Babyface because he actually like is an artist. But people who like look at the liner notes from back in the day, they see how much Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis have produced. And plus they, you know what I'm saying, they recently won that Lifetime Achievement Award. So it's like their name is more heightened amongst the youth. So like some people know exactly like more of what they produced. But I think it would be a really good competition because they both produce for a lot of artists. I think I would be honest with you, I would give Babyface the edge because Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, after a while, pretty much limited themselves to producing Janet Jackson albums.
Yes.
Whereas Babyface was, I mean, Babyface was working with like he's working with Ariana Grande like now. Like he's working with young artists now. He go all the way back to making records with Force MD and the Whispers.
Right. To
Ariana. Like that's a crazy span of, you know what I'm saying, time. Whereas, but Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they got legacy. I mean, all they got to do is say, yo, they was once in the band with Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's going, you know what I'm saying, stamp them right there for a lot of musicians. It would be a good battle. Is all I'm saying. But you know the funny thing is nobody's said that man's name as far as production. Like let's keep it 100. Like how many producers, like, so since we got Tim and Swiss and Tim and we got Swiss and Just, that means we got to put what? We got to put Kanye up against Neptunes?
I would love to see that, bro. Even though I'm taking the Neptunes, but I would love to see that.
Who you got winning that?
I got the Neptunes on that.
Yeah.
You got the Neptunes beating Kanye.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Who you got, D?
Damn, that's tough.
How y'all got?
That's tough.
Oh, that versatility is hard to beat.
Right, yeah, he got
Pharrell will sell it. Pharrell will sell it just like Swiss do, and it worked. They got three different iterations of themselves. They got the why you over there looking at me?
wait.
Neptunes. They got the
They do.
They got the Nori Neptunes.
Yeah.
What Neptunes? They got change clothes Neptunes. They got
R&B Neptunes.
Neptunes. They got the snitch Neptunes. They got, you know what I mean? They got Justin Timberlake records in the top.
We talking about but we talking about Kanye Titter though, like Kanye Titter, bruh.
Why you think I'm disrespecting? How are you saying I'm disrespecting? I'm not doing that. What I'm saying
Because
is,
okay, here's the thing. Like,
Pharrell sell it.
Go ahead. No, I give you that. But see, here's the thing. When in its height, Neptunes, they weren't a clear cut favorite. They were right beside Timberland as far as being compared, like who's the best, right?
Yeah.
They were doing similar sounds. Kanye West birthed a whole new, like, and it wasn't even the funny thing is he didn't start the soul sample, like, because Dr. Dre was doing it in the West Coast. Puffy was doing it in Bad Boy in the East Coast from the early 90s. Right?
And you talking about loops, you gotta bring in DJ Premier. So
I'm not, bruh. We're not mentioning no DJ Premier when we talking about Kanye West, bruh. No disrespect. Don't get me wrong. I love DJ Premier. I like Primo more for the scratches he put on this. I thought that was unique with Primo. Primo gave you some scratches on there, and I love the scratch sound. But as far as the sampling, like Kanye revolutionized that aspect of the game. Kanye as a producer put
I
Kanye.
can't sit here and say that.
Kanye put
somebody looped up better than Dilla, looped up better than Premier, looped up better than Pete Rock. I mean, he took it from all those guys and made it his own. I can say that.
Okay, put you like this: were Pusha T and the Clips bigger with Pharrell or with Kanye?
He was bigger with Kanye because Kanye was a rapper and they rapped together. Like that's not really. Eclipse wasn't. No, it was never an Eclipse and Kanye. It was Pusha and Kanye. So there's a couple different variations there that you got.
Pusha's a bigger rapper than the Clips were. The Clips had one big. They had one hit. They had one big hit record. They had one. That's it. That's their one big hit record with Neptunes.
Even after the 2 or 3 joints after that
I'm not listen. Clearly, I'm a Clips fan, so I'm not saying they didn't have good music. I'm talking about hit records. Like what can I go on billboards and see that the Clips have done?
I'm sure rap to that boy is on there. I'm sure. There's joints on there that followed up even on that same album that weren't number ones for whatever how many weeks that Grinding was probably. That were all, like, you know what I mean, that you can.
I love Grinding. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, it's a classic. It's probably one of the top 5 beats of all time.
It definitely made people, you know what I'm saying, pay attention. All right, so I'm about to pull up the Clips Billboard charts real quick, just so I don't feel like I'm tripping, because they my guys. I don't want to slight them. All right, I don't want to slight them.
Sound like you're a hater.
Shut up, dude. Shut up. Grinding peaked at 30. What happened to that boy? 45. That's not that impressive, bruh. Right? That's not impressive as far as like being a hit. I'm not saying they didn't make good records. As far as like hits is what I'm talking about.
So what joint are you comparing that to? Like, are you saying Murcielago Flow hit top 10 or something? Who cares? That was a Kanye joint with Pusha T on it. Like Click was a Kanye joint with Jay-Z and I don't know. Was a Kanye remix with higher than 30 and 45. So I don't see the like the comparison is. I hear you, but at the same time, I'm not following. I don't have that. It's not that. It's not that. The disparity is not there.
Because I'm still waiting on one hit he made with Kanye. You know, like that's.
All I got is
really
Mercy Flow.
What hit?
Like that.
Mercy went number one.
You talking about a solo with just
Just push. Just talking about push because the joints he's talking about was pushing and malicious. So,
I said with Kanye West though. So
it's gonna be pushed.
But Kanye's on Mercy. That's what I'm saying. Kanye's on Mercy. So that's not a Pusha T joint.
Come on. You know the energy that Push put behind those records when he was on them though, bro.
Bam, I get it. And Push killed. You know, of course, he crushed that. And Push one of my favorite rappers. I'm just saying, like that's not.
So let me get this. Are we disqualifying? Are you disqualifying Kanye West featuring Pusha T, or are you disqualifying Kanye West featuring Pusha T and Pusha T featuring Kanye West? You disqualifying both of them because you did mention what happened to that boy, and that's not by himself. But that's not by themselves though.
I'm doing two things.
That guy Cash Money in it.
I'm differentiating the properties of the clips and Pusha T. I'm differentiating that Kanye's name has a different type of weight on it when he's rapping on a song and producing.
But you got Pharrell though. You going against Pharrell? Pharrell's on records.
Pharrell
feature Pharrell. You're beautiful. Just want you to know you're my favorite girl. Bump 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 bump. Bump 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 bump. Like how many records did they have that bump 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 bump? They got stale, bro. The Neptunes got stale.
Pharrell was the hook guy.
Brian, will you not say that the Neptunes for a period of time got stale?
Got stale. Three times they got stale. Three times. I'll say that. 3 times.
And
they changed their style 3 times.
Listen, I'm not now. One of the times they changed their style, he ended up getting sued for millions of dollars. But I ain't gonna say nothing about that. So how much of style did you change?
That was the 4th time.
Oh, okay.
That's 4.
And
they have 4 versions of themselves. 4 versions. 4 versions of themselves. The first 3 happened from 1998 to around 2006. That Robin Thicke shit thing, it is what it is. But
Kanye's work on Blueprint, Kanye's work on his pretty much all his albums. You talking about changing who they are? When Kanye came out with 808s and Heartbreaks, was that not like a major game changer? We always like, nah, I ain't rocking with that, and then find out that no, we are rocking with this, and now it's part of the game.
No, absolutely. Kanye's changed the game a few times. I'm not saying that he hasn't. I'm not even trying to. I'm not trying to disrespect his catalog at all.
Now, the tricky part
in the clips,
right? Well, that was just one aspect of it. I feel like Pusha T is a bigger, like as a representative of the clips, Pusha T is bigger with good music than he was with track stars. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't agree with that? That's cool. But I mean, that's the way I feel. I feel like he's a bigger brand than Clips were. Now that may not have nothing to do with Kanye West and Pharrell, more so to do with Clips, the name holding Pusha T back. I don't know. And maybe he feel like he put more energy into, you know what I'm saying, branding himself when he's by himself. Maybe that's what it is. But as far as the before and after, this now, I will say this though. I feel like Jive Records also has something to do with the Clips not being as big. So I gotta, you know what I'm saying, give that part to it because they were on the shelf for a good while because of Jive Records.
Label politics.
Yeah.
Bro.
So I will say that part. But as far as getting back to just Kanye West versus the Neptunes, now you saying Kanye West is a rapper, and you can't really discredit that because like he does 99% of the production on his own work, and that's where he got a lot of his hits. But he also put a battery back in Common's life. Not just his music career, but his career period.
That's true.
Common's on his way to being a movie star now because of, you know what I'm saying, the energy that Kanye West brought to him.
I can't say nothing about that because that's true. That's all true.
Definitely should have dropped a 7-track joint for Common.
The Corner? Oh my! Remember when The Corner came out?
Yeah, Demon was a classic.
Oh my God, The Corner was fire.
He's a classic.
Fire. And then you can go, if you go artist to artist, like the ones worth talking about, who has, you know what I'm saying, bigger records with them. If you start at the top with Jay-Z, who has better records with Jay-Z? Kanye West or the Neptunes? You gotta say Kanye West because I already know that you don't like some of the songs that the Neptunes did. You don't like Change Clothes.
No, I'm not a big fan.
You probably don't like Excuse Me, Miss.
I'm sorry?
Excuse Me, Miss? Now the remix though? Fire.
The remix is on.
So the original version wasn't like that?
I like both of them, but the remix is way better.
You talking about Neptune's getting stuck? That was, to me, Excuse Me, Miss, Change Clothes was the tail end of one of their versions where they got stuck at. So, I mean,
and then you go off of their album work, like because they did all the production on their albums. Like, I really didn't care for none of their projects. Like, I couldn't play all them albums, neither one of them albums back to like all the way through. The Neptunes albums, I couldn't play none of them albums like all the way through.
I mean, there's a certain fan.
I like Frontin'. Front was my record.
Nerd has a fan base that I don't think that you know what I mean. That
Rockstar is my joint. That's my joint.
So you don't like Seeing Sounds?
Huh?
You don't like that album? You don't like Seeing Sounds?
Which album?
NERD.
Seeing Sounds.
Oh no. I give you that one. That one was a good one. I like that one.
I'm about to say that was amazing, bro.
Now, I give you that one, but they got like 3 or 4 of them where it's like they're all right. They're not bad, but they're not all right.
Maybe they were from Pharrell back.
Sure. I'll give you. I'll give you that. They're holding Pharrell back. He's the lead guy. What are you talking about? They move as he moves. He's done a lot of stuff by himself. You know what I'm saying? He did Happy. You know I'm happy.
Which was a hit.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Blurred Lines was a hit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marvin Gaye made it a hit.
Hey, look, bro.
Nah, but I mean, my whole thing is I just feel like, I listen, it's 3-1. Neptunes, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got Neptunes over Kanye, but I don't like the way y'all just gave it a slam dunk Neptunes over Kanye, like Beautiful Dark Fantasy don't exist. What?
No, it's not the fact that the Neptunes will crush or Pharrell will crush Kanye. It's going to be a close match.
Bro, just like listen to that. Just take the body of that My Beautiful Dark Fantasy. Just take from beginning to end that work alone.
I love that album.
God.
I think it's a classic, but at the same time,
a classic is an understatement.
It's a classic.
That's not even his best album, though. In my opinion.
Ooh, what? Hold up, time out. What?
That's
you say?
So let's talk about this.
Oh my God.
Real. What's a better album?
No, you already know my favorite album.
I don't.
Graduation.
I don't.
That's Graduation.
I like Graduation. I don't even think Graduation is the second best album.
Hey, that's your opinion, fam. That's my favorite album, bro.
Like that, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That was like when Kanye started getting ahead of niggas.
Bro, bro, he was light years off that album, bro. Like the Bama did a whole 32-minute video off of a 4-minute song.
It wasn't 4 minutes. It was a 9-minute song.
Look,
It was a
check
9-minute song.
Check this out. They dog. At first, I ain't bang with the album. You already know. Back then, I ain't really care for a new style, knew everything. You know.
Okay.
So it took me a while to get adjusted to it. Hands down, that's like my top 3 favorite albums from Kanye. It's between Graduation number 1. I say it's a tie between 808s, Heartbreak, and
Wow. Wow.
What?
Those your 3 favorite? Okay.
Yeah, that was my 3 favorite.
That's okay. Okay. All right.
Hey, I don't care what anybody say. 808s are Heartbreak. That's when it goes.
I'm not listen. Clearly, the initial opinion of that album for a lot of people, if not all people, has changed after a while. Like you say, okay, the first song pushed you back a little bit, but then you came back like, okay. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Graduation isn't fire. To me, it's Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Just that body of work is amazing. It's probably one of the best albums I've ever heard, ever. Like just the way it comes together, the way he uses so many artists as instruments. Like he's not even like most people who call somebody like, yo, I want you to feature on my album, and then they got a song with them and they doing like a verse. Like, nah, I want you to come over here. I want you to lay down these sounds, and he's using people's voices as sounds throughout the album. That's amazing to me. Like that way of thinking is amazing to me. So that album is number 1. Number 2, it's always going to be College Dropout to me. Like if Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy didn't exist, College Dropout would be my favorite because I feel like that's the more raw, true who Kanye West is.
Mm-hmm.
That album. Then it's Graduation. Graduation number 3 for me.
Man, and it's funny because I remember when Graduation came out, dude, I fell in love with that album.
It's fire. Don't get me right, it's fire.
I can play it. Not one.
Wait till I get my money right. Oh, get money made. Like, yo, the Neptune's not giving you that record. They not giving you that record. They not giving you Amazing. They not giving you those records.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
You got me feeling like JT from the 5 Heartbeats.
Okay, so
you don't love him, you love me. I know you. I've been with you.
Let me ask you this though. It's kind of like with Swizz Beatz and Timbo was battling, right? We already know Timbo, at least in my opinion, he's the better producer, but Swizz gave you that better energy, right?
Right.
In your opinion.
Yeah.
I think Pharrell's gonna give you that better energy.
I don't know. I feel like you know what? It all depends. Huh?
You talking about then Kanye?
Yeah, it depends. I feel like both of them are like bipolar in the way like Pharrell can be real mellow, you know what I'm saying? But then he can be the showman. Kanye West is mellow and bipolar, but if you poke him, come on, bro. Kanye go if he go to 100. If you get Kanye on 100 and he got his catalog in front of him, he's smoking anybody. Kanye, you put Kanye on 100, like poking him, saying he ain't rocking. You can line all them up, and he'll go neck to neck with all of them.
So which Kanye are we talking about? We talking about Yeezy, or we talking about Kanye Titter? You know.
But all of the music is in the same crate though.
I'm talking about his personality because. It's like what Swizz Beatz was doing.
Okay. I need Kanye Titter. You keep these. Give me Kanye Titter. But they the same person. You see him doing Sunday service. That's Kanye Titter doing that right there, bro.
It's not the same person, bro. You know that.
I don't.
You know that.
Once you get him outside, once you get him talking and in front of the camera, in front of media, he get all weird because the paparazzi, like, you know what I'm saying, like he ain't like, bro, you from Chicago, bro. Act like it. Where your cojones at, man? But nah, as far as like, what I'm just saying, like,
Beans are telling.
But nah, I'm sorry, I'm taking. Listen, so I'm by myself. Y'all here, it's 3-1. DJ, Rail, Brian, all 3 taking the Neptunes over Kanye West.
I said, I think Kanye gonna give it to him. Then you talk about the energy. Remember when you seen that video with Kanye on the plane,
right?
His beat, he gonna get
like you look at the videos from Fate when Jay-Z was doing the Jay-Z was doing the Fade to Black for the Black album. like Kanye, he has that. When you put music in front of him, that energy comes out.
Or he's tapping to his other personality, but it's neither here or there.
But
it's all creative though.
So
no, it is though. It is. I get that.
So Kanye, let's see what he gave you. He gave you, you know what I'm saying, bangers. He can give you the soul record. Like he resurrected Common. What else I give you? Who else? What else I need to give you? He got the joint. He brought Keisha Cole out. You know what I'm saying? That joint was fire when he brought Keisha Cole out.
Joe Legend. Yeah, John Legend is one of his. So I mean,
oh boy. Didn't even think about John Legend. Oh boy.
It was to disrespect Kanye's resume. Like he got a hit for Calm. He got a hit for Dilated People. He got a hit for Slim Zipper.
The joint he got with Talib Kweli when everybody was forgetting about Talib Kweli.
He got a hit with Talib.
That joint was fire. That was like Talib Kweli was stuffed in the underground crates. He gave him that joint. Like, oh, that don't go.
Absolutely. Like he's got he did a lot for that from 2001 to 2005, 6. You mean Kanye's like and I would love to see how they go head to head with him and the Neptune.
It'll be fun.
I don't know. I just had if I'm gonna, put money on something, I'd go Neptune.
Okay.
Just because of the Swiss factor. Like you see how Swiss does what he does. Neptunes could do what Swiss does with their stuff.
See, that's what made me lean. So when you put it in that perspective, I'm gonna definitely go with Kanye. They're gonna get up there and motherfucking bob his head and give you that real energy like you with him.
Nah, Pharrell give you that porn stash and it's over with.
It's gonna be laid back.
They better have a battle of pinks. Like, who gonna have the most pink on?
Burning sage and giving you them chill beats.
He wearing that big ass Smokey the Bear hat and shit. Nah, I mean it would be a good battle, and who knows? Maybe they make it happen. You know what I'm saying? That would be dope.
Hopefully they do, man. Hopefully.
So,
I agree.
Who else would you want to see?
I mean, if JD has been pushing for it, Joe Budden pushed for it. I want to see him versus Diddy.
My God,
that's one for the culture right there.
Yeah,
that would be interesting. I mean, it would be really interesting. Clearly, you know what I'm saying, Puffy gonna win though. Yeah. I mean, you know why he's gonna win? Because they're gonna be on Instagram or they're gonna be in front of the public. You know what I'm saying? Public. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna play Biggie records. And nobody's gonna go against Biggie records. Like you can't have the King of New York on records and be like, oh nah, that John would, you know what I'm saying? Escape was better. That Escape record was better than the Total record, but when the Total record got Biggie on it, that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And then Puffy had all the dog. Well, I guess he had J5. Like, was it J5? What was that? You know what I'm saying? When they remade the Michael Jackson record. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like JD's gonna have Crisscross and Bow Wow records, and it's like somebody's gonna slide him. Like, you know what I'm saying, they're not gonna take him seriously. But Bow Wow had records though. Crisscross had hits.
He did.
But I'm saying, Jump comes on. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, he's murdering with Jump. Warm It Up, Chris. I love those records. We know those are my guys. But in a battle between Puffy, he can't play Warm It Up, Chris. Even if it was a chart topper, he can't play that in a battle.
Fuck no.
Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to. Like, you better get this 12-year-old shit out of here.
You can hit him with the remixes though.
Mary J.
Who?
So Puff can go Mary J. Blige. Puff can go Heavy D.
Oh, so wait. So you're gonna go to his time is up in Uptown? You're not just gonna go Bad Boy versus. You're not going. So you're not going Bad Boy versus So. You're going just Puffy.
No. You're going Puff versus JD because JD can do the same thing with like.
Not as deep though. Oh man.
Right. Yeah. So
because Puff connected with Ben Uptown. He was part of a lot of records. You know what I'm saying, before people knew his name. That's you know what I'm saying. So like you said, Murray, Heavy, Jodeci. Anybody uptown, Puffy was working with it, so it'd be tough. But that would be fun though. Oh my goodness. Just saying it.
Very fun. Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, I think I'd rather see Diddy and Drake go at it, bro.
Who?
I think I'd rather
We already know what happened with that.
Diddy and who?
Dr. Dre.
Why?
What
This
you
is
mean?
West
Dre
Coast.
was, at his time, he was one of the best producers.
But Diddy ain't. He didn't. You consider? Diddy didn't really produce though. He had a team of producers. I guess there's a big difference. I think it'd be weird though, Brian, because JD actually was producing the records a lot of time. And did a lot of the writing. Well, Puffy had, you know what I'm saying, what was it? What's his name? What's his production team that had Stevie J in it? The Hitman. Yeah. So I mean, it'd be interesting though. So
I just think, man,
that would be
definitely have to be in a combo with somebody, bro.
but all I know is when they go at it, that shit'll be live.
Oh my
Because at some, especially for somebody like me, because they're gonna have to at some point lock horns with 112 and Jagged Edge. That's gonna be a mean. That's gonna be a mean back and forth. The escape total. You know what I'm saying, back and forth. The thing about it is though, JD don't have nothing to go up against Faith though. He don't got nothing. He don't got nothing to do with Faith. And Faith had hits. She had. I mean, I ain't talking about like ballad hits. She had like club joints. You know what I'm saying? Burning Up. That when that joint came out, that joint was popping.
That's true. That's true.
I remember, like, yo, I ain't gonna get into it. You know, Faith got the records. You know what I'm saying? Faith got some records. But I feel like JD, he would a lot of his stuff would probably be like feature stuff, but I don't know because he got the Brat. So who are you giving Puffy Lil Kim? Like he don't have a female rapper though, unless you giving him the records he did with Lil Kim.
I mean, it's how he wants to do that. Like,
I think he'd have to be limited to only the records where he's on songs with Lil Kim.
Okay, I mean, he can play 2 or 3 joints.
Damn, you know what I think about it? He's on All About the Benjamins. That's his record. So he got Lil Kim. That's a killer right there, boy. I tell you, like when I don't care where you at, that joint come on, it changed the room.
Yeah,
like before the lyrics come out, when that beat come on, that must be ready to rap that joint. That it's all about the Benjamins, baby. Now, what y'all want to do? Want to be ballers? Yeah, I got Puffy in that one. I'm taking Puffy over JD.
Okay. I like to see it.
Shit, I would love to see that. No homo. Yeah. Yeah. Nice, very nice.
I mean, the pandemic has sports shut down, so it's kind of hard to, the off season is moving. I'm hiccuping. Hold on.
Hiccuping?
Yeah, I'm hiccuping. The off season in the NFL has really moving. There's some discussion that they're gonna try to move the preseason to Vegas. Everybody playing Vegas for the NBA. But is there anything else? Oh, my bad. We're gonna talk about movies. We're talking about
the platform.
Yeah, the Netflix movie. There's a Netflix. We're gonna call that the must see bingeable moment of the week. The platform.
Facts.
Like, go get into it, T.
All right, so last week you said we were talking about movies that we were watching or that we should watch, and you said platform, and I hadn't heard of it yet, but I was like, I know it's gonna come around too, and I was just looking. I was laying up with Lucy. We was looking at some trailers for some movies. We was going to see what we was going to watch. We ended up watching a movie called The Wave with it's this movie with Justin Long. He goes on some like weird drug trip. It's a crazy movie. If you're looking for a crazy movie to watch,
in the hospital.
Check the Wave. Nah, he was like a lawyer. He's like some lawyer, and he goes to this club, because his like wife is like a nag, so he's like, I'm going out with my boys. Him and Guy Faison, and they end up doing some type of LSD type drug, and it's like fucking his mind up. But it's it's an interesting movie. Anyways, I saw the preview for Platform on there. I'm like, I'm gonna definitely watch that. And we talked about it in the chat, and then DJ said he saw it. You said you saw it. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna watch it. So I started to watch it last night, but I watched it at the tail end of my evening. So I fell asleep I think 20 minutes into it. It's basically I mean, you guys seen the whole movie. So the premise of it is these guys are in a prison, and I guess you got to spend like a month on that level, where it's basically you getting this like a platform of like this elegant food, and it starts down, and it's 2 people per level, and they eat as much as they can for how much? I don't know how much time they had to eat it. Was it 5 minutes?
It's probably like 5-10 minutes.
You say it was 5?
Yeah.
It was 5 minutes. So they had like 5 minutes to eat all the food they can, and then it goes to the next level and to the next level. And I think he said there was like 120 some levels, and they were on like the movie starts. They're on like level 48.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of the plot is to know how many levels at the end is. But so there's several levels. There's hundreds of levels.
Like 3. You didn't see the first movie.
There's 100, 150, whatever.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, at least at the first thought of it. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, there's people end up on different levels. So you end up on level 5, that's really high up, but then a month later you end up on a level 80, and you won't get any food because everybody over top of you eats everything. And
they piss and shit. They do wild.
And they disrespect the food and everything. Spit on it. Right. A man threw a bottle and busted a bottle of wine on it. It's like, damn, dog. Like, why are you doing that? And what I saw was, I guess, in the early clip, the new guy who was talking to the older guy, he was trying to, I guess, get everybody on the same page to where it's like you ration out the food, and he was like, "Nah, dog, don't do that." Like they bought it. Like it seemed like it was more like a humanity experiment. It's like what do these people do? Like, could they rally and like try to, you know what I'm saying, figure out how to make this food last for everybody? If everybody had 5 minutes to eat, can it make it down to everybody to eat? And that's what it seemed. That's what it seemed like I was headed for. What I was going to watch. Yeah, the last thing I saw before I fell asleep is, I guess, one of the guys from levels up fell to their death. I don't want to, no spoiler alert on whether or not he got pushed or if he jumped. But it leads you to think that at some point people who are further down probably eating other people because they starving. Because you get I guess one of the perks is going into the prison, you get to take one thing with you. Right. And one guy had a book and the other guy had a knife. So I can imagine he don't starve. Like he gonna eat something.
I don't want to do no
spoilers. Like you were saying, it's an allegory. I think if when you watch it, if everybody watches it, it's an allegory of, you know, how real life society treats people in their social classes and hierarchies or whatever. So yeah, man, it's a dope movie, man. If you get a chance, get 2 hours. Almost everybody has 2 hours to kill. And yeah, man, it's definitely worth that. You won't be disappointed. It's subtitle. I have it subtitles on, but I think it's dubbed over.
Oh, mine was subtitled. That's one reason why I fell asleep so early. It was subtitled.
I can't stand subtitles.
Oh, so it wasn't subtitled when you watched it?
Nah, I don't have. Y'all.
No. It was
subtitles. I don't. I hate that shit.
No,
when I watched it, I think it was already. It was.
Nah. It's dubbed over. It was. But you want to do both. It's dubbed over, but also put the subtitles on so you can actually get.
No subtitles. It's horrible.
All right, so let's clear this up. DJ thinks that I like watching movies with subtitles. I don't. But my Netflix is set up for subtitles because Lucy had, you know what I'm saying, doesn't like listening to TV very loud. I want to hear the TV. So she, you know what I'm saying, has subtitles on so she don't have it as loud so she can read the feeling whatever I guess she can hear. So I've had mine set up that way. I just don't change my setting. That's all it is.
My bad. Hold on. I gotta announce this while we're doing this.
What's up?
Teddy Riley announced that he will be facing off versus Babyface and LA Reid.
He gonna lose. Oh, Teddy, why would you do that to yourself? Teddy's my guy. Teddy, and listen, Teddy probably thinking because he is like the head of the New Jack era that he got a fighting chance. But the New Jack era only lasted like 3-4 years.
Right.
Like I said, Babyface work spans 30 years easy.
So like next episode we'll talk about that. Well, I'll definitely tune in. We're gonna get into that. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but that's I just saw a little announcement.
Yeah,
that's what's happening. But let's get back into bingeable TV. So the platform was that. I do want to get into superhero TV because I don't think we're gonna do this. I mean, it's not the episode for it, but man, Black Lightning. I slept on it because I thought his suit was corny. Like
it is.
It is. No.
The suit is corny. He's a very stiff actor. The show is good, but he's a stiff actor.
I think my problem, and that's true a lot of times. Like I think there's times where he shows some range, but I'll agree with you to a certain extent. That they write the character that way, and I think they write Black male characters that way a lot.
Be stiff as hell.
Not a lot. Like the last, between if you look at the through line between Falcon and with Anthony Mackie and Luke Cage with Michael Coulter and him, Cress Williams with Black Lightning, there's some stiffness to that character just in general how they write it, and I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to go into it all the way in now, but the show itself, Black Lightning, regardless of how he's written and how he it out, it's dope. I think that some of the storylines, especially in season 3.
So
season 2 and season 3, if you really overlay it into real life,
okay,
there's some stuff that you don't really you don't see every day that are being displayed on TV. That's interesting. Definitely.
So I started watching Black Lightning for a couple reasons. One, I knew Cress Williams. We all know Cress Williams from, what I'm saying, from dating Khadijah on Living Single.
Living Single.
Right?
Don't do that again.
That's the second time I've heard Brian sing. It's the first time was the damn RMR song. I haven't heard anybody talk about since the damn coronavirus started. But anyways, flash in the pan. But no, I started watching it because one of the McClane kids are in that show.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the one that was on House of Pain. I think it's that one, because I know her sister played in Empire, and you know how I'm always big on, I'm saying, bigging up my my Black actors and seeing people get work, and so I'm definitely glad that Black Lightning got a 3rd season. Another one on that network, I believe it's on the same network that I started watching, is All American with with Tay Diggs. Tay Diggs is in that one. So I'm watching that one. I'm not crazy about it. It's weird seeing Black people in soap opera type stuff.
Yeah.
It's an All American. It's
a good show.
About the football kid. Yeah. But you comparing Cress Williams. Why not say you comparing? But you mentioned Michael Coulter, who is also another sort of stiff actor. But you made me think about something, and I've been thinking about it the other day. Like, yo, Anthony, we gotta really champion our actors. Like Anthony Mackie deserves to be championed because we've watched Anthony Mackie go from being the Papa Doc to being in crossover with that horrible acting and crossover with Eva's little sexy self. Whew. Being an MCU character to playing in the Adjustment Bureau to playing in the Banker. Though I'm just watching the movie The Banker with Samuel Jackson. Great movie.
He's in the Black Mirror episode that has got a lot of attention off the last season as well. So yeah,
and I believe he's on Altered Carbon.
Yes, he is.
So Anthony Mackie's putting that work in. Yeah. Anthony Mackie's putting that work in. So it's good to see that. Yeah. It's good to see Anthony Mackie putting that work in.
What I would say is the characters, not as them as actors. I'm not going to like denigrate them as actors. There's not a lot of room for an actor to give a lot in these roles, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like they're trying to make them. You remember in episode 22, in On the Write Up, you said how a black man has to understand how he's portrayed even when he's angry.
Yeah.
And how that's exactly what they're trying to write these characters and trying to make sure you like they're so measured in how they react and how they're perceived in this, that, and the third. So and I don't want, like I said, I don't want to make this. We can go another hour and a half. We're at hour 36. So what I mean, it's there's some similarities there in all three of those characters.
You know how when you first started talking about Black Lightning, and you was like, you thought the suit was cheesy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When I first saw Black Lightning, you know what I thought about? I thought about what's the who?
That was a single?
No, I mean outside of him being in Living Single. No, as far as like black superheroes.
Right.
It felt like I was about to watch Meteor Man.
Okay.
But
he's in and Robert Townsend's in this show.
So but then I remember it made me think about another one. It's like, okay, Meteor Man was more so, it was sort of spoofish. So I didn't want to say Meteor Man and disrespect it in that essence. But it made me think of I'm pretty sure DJ and Darrell never saw this TV show. Brian, you may not even remember this show. It didn't last but the season, if it even got a whole season. Do you remember The Mantis? Vaguely, right?
Oh, yeah, yes, I do.
So The Mantis was a Fox. It was a Fox developed TV show about a black superhero who was a billionaire, I guess, like Bruce Wayne, but he was paralyzed.
Right.
Or apparently he was supposed to be paralyzed. I believe. I'm vaguely remembering that part of it, but he was actually a superhero, and his name was The Mantis, and he was dressing green. I must go on YouTube tonight to see if I can pull up some old video if they still have it. But it was called The Mantis, and nobody talks about, like, the Tick is a joke of a superhero, and it gets love.
I think that's because it is a parody. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be.
I love the Tick, by the way.
They play for the jokes. Yeah. They play for
the Patrick Warburton version.
Mm-hmm.
But The Mantis was. Yeah, The Mantis.
It looked corny.
That's what I'm saying. It looked corny. It looked corny. DJ just pulled up a picture of the Mantis promo cut.
If you can stomach the Black Lightning suit for 2 seasons,
and the cheesy effects.
I mean,
They got better.
If you watch the Flash, you'll they get as good as the Flashes.
Yeah.
On DC, the TV show series. If you watch the season 3, his suit gets 100,000 times better in the third season. And I think even like if you think about what's happening now, what's happened to Black people over the last 100 years, and how that they're trying to tell this story, it will resonate a little bit with you, whether or not you like the acting or whatever. That's all beside the point. I just find it fascinating. And yeah, his suit gets better. His suit, I didn't like his suit. That's why I didn't watch it at first. It was recommended to Felicia, so we started watching it, and it's a good show in my opinion.
So let me. I'm trying to remember this. Did you say that Black Lightning season 1 was better than Luke Cage season 1?
Yes.
Was that you to say that crazy shit?
I said that.
Please defend your point.
After, I'm gonna say this. After Cottonmouth, Mahershala's character dies, Luke Cage falls off the cliff. Period. It doesn't hold up. I can't. Like Mike Coulter doesn't have enough to keep that season going.
How many episodes were left in the season after Cottonmouth died?
Another 7. I think he died in episode 6. I think, and it was 13 episodes. And I think there was in the first Black Lightning, there was like
that first 6 episodes made Luke Cage season 1 better than Black Lightning.
Okay.
You know what I didn't like about Black Lightning? I don't like the antagonist.
You don't like Tobias? Okay.
I don't. He's like a dollar store version of the Kingpin.
Okay.
Like this big ass albino. You know what I'm saying? What's my guy name from WWE? They used to do the dinosaur. He was like a dinosaur. Some he had the girl. He had Naomi dancing with her. What was his damn name? That's who he reminds me of.
So if you keep going through season 1 into season 2, you'll figure out that Tobias, while he's a big villain, he's not the biggest villain. So it's interesting how he's being used. So, but like I say, I feel like if you combine all 3 seasons, I do feel like the themes and how they hit in season 1 of Black Lightning, they do the similar things in Luke Cage, and they do it better. I can't really you know what I mean? Other than some of the individual performances like Alfred Woodard, like Mahershala, that are better than, you know what I mean, than anything that you see in Black Lightning. Plus, it's a network television show. Shout out to everybody that's on Luke Cage, but I just see that as a better show, like written.
Okay. Yeah, but I will say this. I do agree with the majority of the point. Like, I'm not trying to defend. That's what I say. I'm not defending season 2 of Luke Cage. I like season 2 of Luke Cage. I almost like it better. I didn't like season 2 at all. You know what I didn't like about Luke Cage season 2, and what I liked. So I'm as an 80s baby. I like my, my superheroes. Action movie style. They kick ass and they get the bitches. Luke Cage season 1.
That's another thing. They stopped that.
That's whoa. Don't wait a minute. Don't railroad me on my point now. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the show started off with him getting cheeks.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And then they bond him up. How you go? Don't do that.
Right.
And you know what? I knew it from there. I'm like, they bundling them up already. Like, nah, that's one of the things we like about this show. Like, oh, this show about to be about that action.
Right.
Like y'all, like listen. Don't get me wrong. We all love her character. She's in every damn MCU Netflix TV show there is. But damn, why you gotta tie Luke down? You didn't tie Murdoch down. You know what I'm saying? Why you gonna tie him down? So the white dude can you know what I'm saying, shake his blind dingling around, but the black guy, you gotta limit that to one joint. Like that ain't right.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, you know, when I watched Banshee, my man was knocking down any chick you seen come on the show, you know he was gonna hit that joint.
Arrow. Go back to Arrow.
He
First
hit
3 seasons.
the Batman hit sisters.
Right. Come on, man.
The Batman hit sisters, hit his enemies. Like, he hit enemies. He hit everybody.
Come on, man. It's
Ray Donovan. He hits everything.
You hit the hammer. You hit the nail on the head with the hammer, bro. That's exact. That's one of the other reasons why Luke Cage fell off. But you know, whatever. You know, let's kind of wrap it up because I know we want to stay under 2 hours. Let's end it with the response. What we want you to do. We want you to follow the Twitter. It's OTRU_. That's Fresh X Design. Fresh X Design. That's what's your Glenn Swagmeyer on Twitter, on IG.
Talk to me.
It's on the Ride Up. It's on the Ride Up on Facebook. I don't know what the Snapchat is.
On the Ride Up.
It's on the Ride Up. But if you find our IG, you find our link tree, and we have all the links that you need. Hit one of those joints. Listen, subscribe, review, and check us out. We're on the Cook Up Radio. We're on Cook Up Radio on Mondays from 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. 2 broadcasts. 10 a.m., 10 p.m. Replay. 10 a.m., 10 p.m. on the Cook Up Radio. Follow on the Cook Up Radio on IG. Follow on the Cook Up Radio on Facebook, and you'll find us and a bunch of other stuff they got going on.
So when you follow the Cook Up on IG, you will enjoy the content just like, well, they're not as clickbaitish as like a hood site or hood TV or one of those, but they do have some good, you know what I'm saying, interesting content. They have some rap videos, but they have some singers, some musicians, some funny you know what I'm saying, stuff on there too. So it's just another, I mean, if you got 1 million people you follow anyway, you know what I'm saying, this will definitely add to your collection and be something you find yourself looking at a lot. They have a lot of good stuff on there.
Absolutely. It's worth your while. So yeah, follow us, support, follow, subscribe, review, and like. And then Anchor.fm. We're on every DSP. We're gonna still upload on Fridays. We're gonna upload on Fridays, and then we're gonna be on the Cook Up Radio on Mondays at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. And yeah, just check us out any way you can. You'll find the extras. You'll find the extras on Anchor, and those, of course, will distribute to all the digital streaming services. And then on the Cook Up, you'll hear these episodes. This is episode 1 of season 2, and you'll hear this on the Cook Up.
One more. Wait, I got one more for you. You make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube on the Ride Up Podcast. On the Ride Up Podcast on YouTube. You can put a search engine and it'll pop up and subscribe.
All right. So
I gotta apologize to my wrestling fans because it was the Funkadactyls with Naomi, but the wrestler I was talking about was Brodus Clay. That's who Tobias looks like. He looks like Brodus Clay.
He does. Shout out to Crondon. But yeah, man. We just here, and we're gonna do some more. We're almost at 2,000 listeners. Help us break that barrier. If you're the 2,000th listener, I don't know how we figure that out. But look, man, if you listen,
if you are the 2,000th listener, let us know. DM us and say, hey, if you are the 2000th listener, or if you feel like you're the 2000th listener, DM me.
We might have some hot stuff for you. So
Ain't no might. There's no might in it.
Yeah,
definitely.
So the second part is High Style is the sponsor. High Style Apparel is hstco.bigcartel.com. Find that and order some. The visuals. If you see On the Ride Up, you'll see our logo. That is done by our big bro Will. His IG is Design X Willpower. And go find him. If you need some logos, you need stationery, you need any visuals for your website, go find them. And then find us. We're here for the commentary. I need to do Twitter better, but I'm on my own Twitter. It's Fresh X Design. You can follow me. I talk about everything. I'll get into it with Trump supporters. I do a bunch of things.
You do a lot of your political talk on the Ride Up Twitter handle though.
Yeah. I'm trying to do both. So I'm going back and forth, and yeah, man. Yeah, that's how we want to end this off. We're gonna try to load it up with where we want you to go, and to also check us out next week.
Hey, stay home, stay safe. JGMB, baby. Hashtag JGMB.
JGMB all day.
Yeah.
All right.
Jesus got my back.
On the Ride Up.
All right, guys. What's a Leah post? Hanging. You must be used to all the finer things.
Did I mention this for free?